energetic laws that we were never taught that are so important that will help us have a good life. In other words, have all more of the stuff that we want: happiness, joy, peace, abundance, blessings, and less of the stuff we don't want: anxiety, stress, worry, doubt, fear. So, understanding the law of duality has us recognize that in this world that we live in, we're dealing with two. It's a binary system. So if there's an up, there's a down. If there's a left, there's a right. If there's a good, there's a bad. If there's a male, there's a female. If there's light, if there's dark, the tide comes in, the tide comes out, right? If it's night, it'll be day, etc. And that's such an important concept, because as you begin to become energetically aware, and this is what I'm teaching you, today's class is part of a comprehensive training called Energy Awareness Training, which alerts you to the power of energy and why when you become energetically aware, and what that means is being able to see life as one big form of energy: people, places, things, activities, feelings, thoughts, behaviors, all of it. When you start to see that as an energy, then something happens, and you become aware of a deeper and more comprehensive understanding of life. And you can use this knowledge and this training to change your life, to heal your life, to move through blocks in your life, to move forward in an empowered fashion, because energy is literally unlimited. And when you really get that you're an energetic being, and that energy inside you is unlimited, it's infinite, it's eternal, it's connected to all possibilities, then all of a sudden your perspective changes and your awareness changes, and you're capable of doing so much more, having so much more, and reaching new levels of happiness, new levels of prosperity and wealth, new levels of intimacy and relationship. And the list is endless. Why? Because energy is unlimited. So as we begin to talk about energy here, I want to teach you this specific skill, and then an understanding where we come from. So, law of duality, which is we're dealing with opposites constantly, and because energy is constantly moving from one place to another, we're moving. So that's the first thing I teach you, which is the law of duality. If you're dealing with happiness, at some place you're going to have to deal with sadness, right? If it's sunny outside, at some point you're going to have to deal with rain. Okay, that's just the way it is. We see this in the world. When I talk about being energetically aware, I'm talking about the energy fields, not only inside you, but the energy fields outside of you. Okay, and this is important to recognize, because the same thing that happens inside us is the same thing that happens out in the world. Our energy is constantly shifting, and it shifts from what I call high vibration energy, which is the things that we want: happiness, joy, abundance, blessings, connections, love, to the other polarity, which is anxiety, worry, doubt, stress, and fear. So we're constantly shifting from where we want to be to where we don't want to be, and then back again. Why is that? Because everything's moving in this world. The planet is going through, at hundreds of thousands of miles an hour, spinning through, through the galaxy. And our heart's beating, time is continuing to move. So everything's in motion. Now, another law of energetic principle, energetic law or energetic principle I teach is the principle of illusion. Illusion. And illusion simply means things are what they seem to be sometimes, and sometimes they're not what they seem to be. Have you ever had that experience with a person, place, or a thing? It looked like one thing and it turned out to be something else, and you weren't prepared for that. And there are times when things seem to be what they are. But again, that's a duality. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. So I hope I'm making the point here that we live in the law of polarity, where there's two forms they go back and forth from, and this is very important in the human experience, and especially one of the cornerstones I teach in energy awareness training, because when you recognize that things are constantly moving, then you become aware of energy and you become aware of things that you don't see. And in energy awareness training, we teach, as does science, that everything that we see or feel or experience in the material world was created by the non-material world. Physicality was created by non-physicality. The example I give to you is the computer or the phone you're watching me on. You know, that's a physical thing, right? You can touch it, you can feel it, you can lift it up. Once upon a time, it didn't exist. Once upon a time, there was no, in the space where your computer phone is, there was nothing there until someone had an invisible thought, a non-material thought that says, what would it be like if we built a computer, wrote it out, and created from a non-physical concept an actual material thing. Same thing with us. You know, this is my birthday month. Had a birthday 2 weeks ago, and you notice a lot of people have birthdays in September. I didn't realize that. So many of my friends are having birthdays in September. Now, did we just show up? Were we dropped from the stork from above? No, I dare say. 9 months previously, let's see, 9 months. So that's around January. So on a cold winter's night, our mom and dad decided to snuggle up, and well, the rest is history. So from that thought of why don't we snuggle up to snuggling up and beyond, created something that you couldn't see, right? You couldn't see it for quite a few months unless you had a scope, but even the first few weeks you couldn't see it, and then it materializes. So it's important to recognize that's where creativity comes from. When somebody creates a painting or a song or a book, where'd it come from? It was channeled from the non-physical, or what I say, from the world of energy. And this is important today in our today's discussion, because now we want to talk about how do we process the things that we don't like? Well, how do we deal? Let me back up. Now, how do you deal with it? How do people deal with anxiety, stress, worry, doubt, fear? You know, the big four. Well, usually not well, because we were never taught on how to deal with that. You know, in school, I went through university. You did too. They never had a class on how to deal with stress, anxiety, worry, doubt, fear. They never had a class on how to think. No classes on how to deal with adversity coming your way, or when life goes upside down. No training on that. So this is why I offer energy awareness training, so I can train you on, okay, we're not babies anymore, but at least, hey, we can start from this point and start to learn a valuable tool, a valuable skill that can help us the rest of our lives. My goal in my lifetime or earlier is to be able to get these training tools, energy awareness training, into schools. Because can you imagine if you knew how to handle your stress and anxiety and all the bad stuff that happened to you, if you knew how to handle it so that it wouldn't have taken you down, can you imagine how better your life would have been? I know my life, if I had known this growing up, I could have saved myself 20 years of suffering, because I didn't know what to do with the low vibration energy. So again, let's create the terms. There are thousands of energies out there, all kinds of different energies, but in this method, we categorize them under two headings. One is high vibration or healthy energy, and one is low vibration or unhealthy energies. And again, it's the world of duality, right? We're constantly moving from healthy to non-healthy to happy to stressed with these two things. And that's the way this life was set up, to constantly moving between 2 points. Now, energy awareness training wants to keep you close to the high vibration energy. Wants to have that be your normal guiding system, your normal operating system.